Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I am in the garden right now, just doing a little bit of work today. So we are basically officially out of the summer season and the garden is looking like it. Where we are here in Virginia, it is super hot and super humid, especially this time of year. And I'm really looking forward to some cool fall weather. I'm a big snacker. I will admit I'm a big snacker. So dehydrated food is perfect for that late night snack. Get some, dehydrated strawberries or dehydrated apples. Much better option than picking up a bag of potato chips, right? And they're still absolutely delicious. So today I have the last of my cucumber harvest that I've got to put up. We are loaded with pickles for the rest of the year. So we definitely do not need any more pickles for the homestead to get us through the winter season. So I'm not going to be making pickles out of these cucumbers. I'm actually going to make some delicious salt and vinegar cucumber chips in the dehydrator. So I wanted to take you guys along with me for that process and show you how to do it and also how easy it is. And it's just a great way at the end of the harvest season when you're like cucumbered out and you've just got this one last pile of cucumbers that need to be put up. Throw them on the dehydrator racks and forget about it. Isn't it funny how we're always wishing for another season to come along? When it's spring, we wish it was summer. When it's summer, we can't wait for fall. When it's winter, we can't wait for spring. It's just the never-ending cycle of life, right? And I'm guilty of that too. But I just want to encourage you, my friends, today, sit back and enjoy the season that you're in, because pretty soon this one will be over too, and we're on to the next, right? And with every new season is a new dish of challenges, a new dish of celebrations. So take a moment and enjoy the season that you're in and the family and friends that you get to share it with. As the garden gets ready to take a break for the winter, so am I, and I'm excited because we get to sit down and cuddle and stay close to the wood-burning stove and really just have that time to relax our minds and our bodies from a hard summer's work. As always, I will be sure to link this recipe in the description box for you guys, and it's a flexible recipe, so feel free to tweak this as needed or as desired. I've got a ton of cucumbers I'm working with today. Some are pickling cucumbers, some are regular salad cucumbers. Anything will do just fine for this recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is get all of these chopped up. And when you're slicing these cucumbers for your cucumber chips, it's just important to make sure that they're nice and thin so that they dry out nice and evenly and you've got a good crunchy chip in the end. All right, so we've got all of our cucumbers cut up, sliced nice and thin for the dehydrator. And now I'm going to make a little brine to dip the cucumbers in. So this is where you're really gonna get that salty, vinegary flavor that is gonna give us our salt and vinegar cucumber chips. So obviously, as you guys saw, I have a ton of cucumbers to work with today, and I have more cucumbers than I have space in my dehydrator. So I'm gonna be working this in batches. So this recipe is very flexible. This is just a baseline recipe for you on how to make the brine for your cucumbers to get that really good flavor, not too salty, but just salty enough. And it's with anything, you guys. Feel free to modify this recipe as it suits you. I cannot tell you how many comments I get on these kitchen recipe videos, and people are like, oh my gosh, that's way too much salt, or that's not enough salt, and it's like, everybody has a different opinion. You're never going to be able to appease everybody. So this is just what I do here in my kitchen. Please feel free to modify this recipe as needed, no problem with that. And you don't even have to do salt if you don't want to, or even vinegar. You can just dehydrate your cucumbers without any of that if you'd like to. But I don't know if you guys can see this, but today I am rocking my new Blessed and Beautiful Homestead kitchen apron. Woo woo. I made these. I'm trying to look at some things to create for the channel, just some merchandise, something fun to give away to friends and subscribers that represents the channel, and just to say thank you. So I'm rocking this today, checking it out, seeing how I like it. I just got it in the mail a couple days ago, and I really like it. It's got pockets, keep your phone, things like that handy. It's got our Blessed and Beautiful Homestead logo, and then I have a beautiful verse down here underneath that logo, and it is Luke 1:45, and it says, "Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her." Super cute. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of the logo that we did, and also this adorable little apron. And they, you know, can come in different colors, but I like these neutral colors for myself. This quick and easy brine is made with just 3 simple ingredients. You've got vinegar, olive oil, and a good salt. I like to use sea salt. You can use whatever you'd like, and also you can use regular vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar. I just use regular vinegar, regular white vinegar, but you can feel free to change that up as well. All right, so all I'm doing here is mixing my sea salt with my apple cider vinegar. You wanna make sure that that salt dissolves completely, and then go ahead and add your olive oil and give that a good mix as well. Next step is pretty simple. All we're gonna do is dunk our cucumbers in the brine, make sure that they are dunked well and they're all coated with that delicious vinegary, salty brine. And then we're going to line our dehydrator racks with the cucumbers. When you're lining your racks, all you wanna make sure is that none of the cucumbers are touching or overlapping, and that way they all dry evenly. Just a quick tip, when you're dunking your cucumbers in the brine, make sure you give them a good shake, because if they're too wet, they're gonna take longer to dehydrate. And if you see too much brine or oil pooling on top of the cucumbers, just grab a paper towel and give them a little dab, and they will still dry and they'll be just fine. All right, so we've got our dehydrator all loaded up, and we are going to dehydrate these cucumbers at 135 degrees for 12 to 24 hours. You can come in and check them at 12 hours. If they're the consistency that you like, then you can take them out. I personally usually leave them in for about 24 hours because I like them super crunchy. You guys know that I love my Excalibur brand food dehydrator. I've had this for almost 5 years. I will be sure to link this in the description box for you guys if you want to check it out. I make my yogurt with this, all kinds of goodies for the homestead. Also, I wanted to mention, if you don't have a dehydrator, you guys, don't fret. You can actually make these cucumber chips right in your oven. You're gonna just put them in at 175 on a parchment paper lined baking sheet, and you're gonna cook them for 3 to 4 hours. And check them every hour or so just to make sure that they're not getting too crispy and brown, but you are gonna need to flip them halfway through the cooking time because it's not the dehydrator, right? With those screens in the dehydrator, you've got the air that flows through all over, and you're not gonna have that in the oven on a cookie sheet. So just make sure that you flip them halfway through, but you can absolutely make these cucumber chips right in your oven if you don't have a dehydrator. With that being said, you guys, I'm gonna get this kitchen cleaned up. I've got some leftover sliced cucumbers and a little bit of brine. I'm gonna go ahead and snack on that while I clean up. And I will catch up with you guys tomorrow and show you what these cucumber chips look like. Hey friends, all right, so it's the next day and our cucumber chips are all done dehydrating. So I originally put them in for about 12 hours and I checked them and they were still a little pliable, a little bendy. And for me, I want them to be crunchy like a potato chip. So remember you guys, this is, totally up to you. Just make it however you want it. If you don't want them to be as crunchy or you want them to be crunchy like a chip, it's totally up to you how long you leave them in the dehydrator. Let me show you guys what they look like and let me show you how crunchy they are. All right, so let's give these a try. Can you guys hear it? Let me do one more for you. Oh. They're just like chips. I mean, they are the texture and thickness of like a Lay's potato chip. They're salty, vinegary, but guess what? These are a lot better for you. Now, if you guys want these cucumbers for long-term storage, the best thing to do is to vacuum seal them and put an oxygen absorbent packet in there. It's gonna help pull any leftover moisture out and preserve these longer. I will link these items in the description box of the video for you. But for our family, most of these are probably gonna be eaten here in the next few weeks to a month or so. So I'm just gonna put these in a big mason jar, add an oxygen absorbent packet to help pull that moisture out and preserve them until we eat them. But I imagine these are not gonna last very long. It's kind of like when I make beef jerky. You guys, it's just ridiculous. I can't even keep it on the shelf for like a full 24 hours. It's just that good. So the same thing here. So this is a great recipe, like I told you guys in the beginning of this video, for a quick way to put up cucumbers. As always, I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and I'm always grateful when you decide to hang out with me for a little bit here on the homestead. Don't forget to like this video for me and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Stay blessed, my friends. I will see you on the next video. But it's still gonna have that delicious flavor and be power packed with good no. What are you laughing at, Parker? You want to tell me what you're laughing at? Huh? You think this is easy? You want to come give it a shot? Huh? I did. And I checked them. They were